Hey kids, want to hear a story about a stupid and idiotic dipshit who recorded commentary on a video that's 19 minutes long and then exited out of the Audacity program without saving? Yep, that's what happened, and now I have to do this all over again. But then again, though, the last commentary that I recorded that was already lost, my voice was actually really hoarse. But it feels fine now, so I guess this might be the better commentary, so not to worry though. Anyway, hey everybody, it's Highly Alchemist, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda. In the last episode, we have cleared the very controversial Manji, and in this episode... well, I guess this probably might explain why this video is about 19 minutes long. This is actually the longest I've recorded so far, which is kind of ironic, but... what we're going to do first is that we're going to pick up that one heart container that we can get access to since getting that item in the last episode, and then it's off to the next dungeon. So, but yes, I did make a very stupid mistake about just closing the Audacity program without saving after having recorded commentary for about 19 minutes, and it's all gone. And there's no way I can recover it either, because I do know that there is a recovery utility for Audacity, but I guess it only works if your audio crashes. Like, you know, it just tells you that it stopped working, and as a result, it didn't save, but it gives you a chance to recover that file that you recorded, and so you can use it again, but I couldn't do it this time because I actually tried. I actually just now recorded that, or no, I actually downloaded that recovery utility, but it didn't work. So I guess it doesn't work that way. So, while we're at it though, I'm actually kind of glad that that this video is about 19 minutes long, because there is quite a lot that I want to talk about, and it actually is in regards to E3 that happened a little while ago. Oh yes, and look at that heart container just standing right there, laughing at us over the fact that we can never reach it because there's no way we can get to it without a certain item. It's sort of like, oh, it sucks for you. You cannot grab me because you don't have that one item. I laugh at your misfortune. You won't be able to receive a health upgrade from me, which means that you are not able to stand up to Ganon that way. You have no chance against him. You will be doomed to face him. But, not to worry. We'll still get that heart container, because we are gonna get that item later on in this well, later in this episode actually, because the next dungeon we're gonna get to does have that item, like I said before. So yes, with that raft that we have acquired, we can get across water to places that we couldn't get to before. It's only in certain places though, like that pier. So just going by that, then we can only use that raft. So sadly, we can't do that anywhere else. That is kind of a sad thing, of course. It's pretty sad. So. Anyway, now I think I should go ahead and discuss what was going on at E3. In regards to Nintendo, because that's pretty much all I can remember right now. As far as I remember, they were showing the new gameplay footage for the new Zelda game, which is actually called Breath of the Wild, and also some new footage for Pokemon Sun and Moon. But I'm gonna go ahead and talk about Breath of the Wild and my kind of initial thoughts and impressions on it. I gotta say though, it looks fantastic. It really does. It looks gorgeous. I really love the idea that they're going for with the open world design. I mean, it just looks awesome. It really does. I really like that idea. I mean, I know that that other Zelda games did, well, it's not too open. I mean, the other overworlds in Zelda games still do look big enough, particularly in the in 3D Zelda games. Well, as a matter of fact, Wind Waker is actually still open world design. I mean, you know, Well, even though you're actually just on the ocean, but it still is open, of course. I mean, so I don't think it may be the first time it's like that, because, you know, because the world in Wind Waker is very big. It's like, it is huge, but it's mainly because you're just traveling on the ocean, just going from island to island. But on the topic of Breath of the Wild, though, it does look fantastic. I really appreciate how it looks. It looks beautiful like that, and I'm kind of excited about how it'll turn out with the open world design. However, to be honest though, I have some doubts about it, and I know I'm gonna get tons, and I mean tons of flack because of what I'm about to say about it. I'm gonna be very honest right here. The kind of doubts I have of the game is that it kind of seems to not have the fantasy setting that the other Zelda games had. I mean, I understand what Eiji Aonuma was going for about how he wanted to take a different approach to Breath of the Wild. Like, you know, instead of just using the same old stuff for the other Zelda games, he wanted to go for some sort of different direction, and that's fine. I mean, you know, it might not hurt to see what kind of how different it would be, but you know, but I'm just gonna be very honest right here. Because, you know, when I think of Zelda, I think fantasy. I think, you know, how you're I think how you're supposed to be a chosen one, destined to fight evil and save the kingdom. That's kind of Zelda that I think of. But I don't think Breath of the Wild doesn't. I think Breath of the Wild doesn't seem to have that, to be honest. But you may never know. I mean, the game isn't. Bleh. Okay, now I can't speak today, so I guess the commentary is going to be worse than before. Is that how it's going to be? But like I was saying, I mean, you might never know. The game isn't even out yet, so we could see about that. But I just gotta say though, I mean, from the way I see it, the game kind of looks a bit like something coming out of the National Geographic Channel. I mean, I don't know. But, like I say though, it still does look amazing, and you know, it still does have that kind of tradition about what Zelda has always been like, with the exploration and adventure. I mean, I do believe it still has that. So, I mean, there's still nothing wrong with that. I'm all up for it though, but I guess it doesn't seem to have that kind of epic fantasy setting now. I mean, not the way I see it, but you may never know. So, anyway, now we are in so now the new dungeon for this, it is called the Rope. Okay, I'm just kidding. It's a snake. Just want to make a joke about those ridiculous names of Zelda enemies. But this dungeon here is pretty long. It's kind of a long dungeon, so might want to be prepared for that. And this new enemy right here is called the Vire. Once he takes a hit, then he'll split into 2 red keys, and you just have to finish him off. So, not that much of a threat here, I would say, but they still can be a little annoying at times, especially when they just split into 2 red keys. So, oh, let's see, I think there was something... Oh, yeah, that's right, I remember what I was gonna say. Continuing on with, Breath of the Wild, did you also know that, you probably might not... You might have known this already, but in case you haven't, they are actually going for the voice acting for Breath of the Wild this time. And, well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to do voice acting for Zelda. I mean, I honestly don't know why they couldn't do voice acting for, oh, let's see, for something like, Skyward Sword. Like, it certainly does look like a game that could handle voice acting, but strangely, it still doesn't. I mean, sure, there's still voices, but they're all just sound effects for characters. But, you know, I mean, Skyward Sword could have handled voice acting. I mean, for the way it is, but I don't know why they still haven't. Well, I guess at the time Nintendo was a little too scared about how it turned out, considering the unholy Triforce that is those CDI games that I will not talk about. Like, you know, how yeah, those infamous voice acting that we all used to know, and well, yeah, we all used to make fun of, you know. I mean, I know they're very famous for a certain kind of YouTube series called YouTube Poops, which is something that I don't necessarily watch. Well, at least not anymore. I mean, but we all know, we all knew that about them. It's not like that for a long time, but you know, that was the past though. That was a long time ago. So, in this era at least, it wouldn't hurt to at least try again, and you know, it might turn out great. You may never know. Alright, so, these enemies here, well, I guess they're like... Okay, yeah, they're called like-likes. And yes, I was trying to make a reference to, James Rolfe, the angry video game nerd. Those are such good old times, but... Anyway, yeah, those are called like-likes. And you really want to be careful with those guys here, because they will eat your shield. Trust me, they will, and I do believe they also eat your tunic as well. Which, as a result, you'll be reverted back to, your weakest state. Just having the weakest shield and the green tunic. Your defenses will be gone. But yeah, you want to be careful with that. Because once they eat your shield, it is gone. It's gone. I am not so sure if you can still get it back. I mean, I know in Ocarina of Time, like, you know, even if a like does eat your shield or tunic, then you can still get it back, but you have to be quick enough before before they're completely eaten. And then you have to buy it again. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think in this game, once they get eaten, then they're gone forever, and you have to buy them again. Or maybe you can't buy them, I'm not really sure. I don't remember, it's been a long time since I played this game, so I don't remember all that much of the details. So the item we just picked up, that is the, well, I guess you can say it's the ladder, I think. But what that does actually lets you travel only one tile over water or lava. And with that should let us pick up that heart container that we couldn't get before. So yeah, who's laughing now? Suck on that heart container! So... let's see, yeah, going back to those like-likes, I remember being so frustrated at them back when I played Ocarina of Time as a kid. I used to hate those guys a lot. Because, you know, they would eat my tunic and shield. And so I would have to buy them again. I really hated those guys back when I was a kid playing Ocarina of Time. And, well, they kind of did scare me a bit because I really did not like my items being taken away. I know how that feels. It would feel horrible. It would suck a lot. It really would. So I really didn't like that that kind of idea. But so yeah, like I said, just be careful with those guys. You really should. The worst part about it is that like they were in the same room as those bubbles, and you know, getting hit by them means that you can't use your sword, and you have to wait a while, or just risk your shield or tunic, and then you just have to go all the way back to the stores and buy another one. I think this is the point where, like, you know, from this dungeon onwards, it gets a little tricky, and yeah, there are dark rooms where you do need the, that candle. And my voice is getting hoarse again. I mean, I thought it was getting better than last time I commentated, but I guess not. Anyway, so, whoa, what? Manhandla? Oh, we killed you in the last episode. What is going on here? Why are you back? This doesn't make any sense. But yeah, sometimes the bosses of previous dungeons can serve as mini bosses in some dungeons, and so you'll be fighting those guys again. Walk into the waterfall. Well, thanks for the tip, which actually didn't help much. I think it might be right about it, but I still can't remember. Yeah, sometimes you'll be finding the old man in some rooms of dungeons, and he will provide, well, I should say, useful, quote-unquote, hints. But, you know, they're just not that useful, and it's all because of the, it's all because of, you know, early NES translation. You know how that used to be. Alright, so what was I going to say before? I think I was going to talk about something else regarding, let's see, well, I already talked about voice acting for Breath of the Wild. But I like to see how it turns out. I mean, you know, again, it doesn't hurt to try again. That whole kind of thing with the voice acting in the CDI Zelda games were done a long time ago. So, I mean, we can see how it turns out now. You may never know. I also did find out that you can actually begin your game and then go straight to the final boss. Yeah, you could actually do that. I mean, without having to pick up everything and just, you know, start your adventure and just, you know, say, fuck it, I'm gonna finish the game right away, go straight to the final boss, and then it's all said and done. And, well, it's not a bad idea. I mean, you know, for speedrunners especially like that, want to get things done right away, it's a pretty fine idea, but I'm the kind of guy that would like to just go on adventures first and then deal with the final boss later. But that's just me. So, anyway, so now we have the boss. This is Gleeok. And all you have to do is that while avoiding his fireballs, you just have to... Well, I do believe you can still hit his body, but I think it's also the heads that you need to worry about. And of course, watch out for the floating dragon head, which I do believe is the ghost of the one Gleeok head. But not all that bad, though. I don't think. I mean, it probably won't be all that bad. So, anyhow. So, our fourth piece of the Triforce of Wisdom, and we now have 4 more to go, and we should be done with this game. So yeah, we are halfway done with this adventure. So it won't be long until we get to Death Mountain, and then we can stop Ganon and save Princess Zelda, save the kingdom, and... well, our quest is over. So, yeah, we've pretty much, we've come so far, so... Anyways, I think that's about it. So in the next episode, you know how it goes. Well, we do have that card... that heart container. Okay, yeah, I can't speak today for some reason. But... yeah, we got that, and then, well, you know how it goes, next dungeon, so... anyways, hopefully, if my stupidity doesn't make me exit the Audacity program without saving, I do hope you guys enjoy this video, so I will see you guys in the next episode.